About Mr. Hammer. Urgh. I heard about what you said today. Cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal. A thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. I'm just gonna move on. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So, in the last episode, I made a bit of a mess in the courtroom. I cleaned it up, but damage is done now. My first game over in the entire series. But we do have some new information going into this. So, apparently Jack Hammer was the one wearing the Steel Samurai costume. And now we're going to be investigating why. And we also found out that it was in fact not in Studio 1, but in Studio 2 where he was killed. So we're going to be investigating what's going on with that. October 19th, 3:27 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. But Maya! So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system they decided to speed the whole process up. Okay. How does that mean? What does that work? So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, no time to waste. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Yeah, you missed some shit, man. A lot of things went down in the last episode. Specifically, me losing. But, not important right now. Was Maya always this excitable? No, it's just the fact that she kind of wasn't herself for a brief period of time. Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't say what's going on when Mia is here. So no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP? WP, Powers, right. I'm just gonna go straight to the detention center and talk to him about what he thinks is going on. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick. You must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Ms. Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and... And? What? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. Fat joke. Get it. Funny. Okay. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. Yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Steel Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Mrs. Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. That's interesting. October 19th, Global Studios, main gate. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. She's gonna say something. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat in those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Aha! Got a rise out of you. That was whew, she's alive. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. She's always getting... She always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal, he's soft, a pushover, does whatever Vasquez tells him to do. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. About Mr. Hammer. Urgh. I heard about what you said today. Cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal. A thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. I'm just gonna move on. October 19th, Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume, then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. Hello. October 19th, Studio 2 entrance. Hey, Nick, it's Ms. Vasquez. Hello? Hello? H-E-L-L-O. Maya, you should at least try to be polite. To be fair, she is kind of just ignoring you. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me? Mr. Hammer came here the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh, dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it! Nick, she did it! She's the killer. My fey blood speaks to me. I know it. Oh, dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh dear. Okay. An incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. October 19th, Studio 2 trailer. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. This is where they had that meeting. There are documents and papers, cups scattered around. Looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They got some figures for how much the set costs. Can't believe they spend that much money on those sets. There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They take really good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. On closer inspection, this trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think this is part of some temporary film set. There's a big 2 painted here. So this is the number in Cody's photograph. And to think, if he hadn't brought that photograph in... Don't get all teary-eyed yet. A light van for moving stuff and equipment around. They've kept it in pretty good shape. Looks like it'll run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license? But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney's badge, Nick? I don't know. He seems prideful of his attorney's badge. This is where salmonella and D. Vesquez ate. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. Something wrong? I don't know. I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say that I do. Let's try and go... Let's see. Well, since we can't get anything out of her, so we might as well go to the employee area. See what they have here. October 19th, Global Studios employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did not want to see... I did want to see them filming, just one time. The show will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come by to see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. Yeah. No, no, no. No touching. Eek. Where'd you come from? Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean... I almost had a heart attack. I guess I can be a little dramatic at dramatique at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. So this guy... So you're investigating the plate. So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there's any traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. So there is evidence, which means somebody did drug Powers. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I'd buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow. The fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Bottles. Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Found on the table in the employee area bears Jack Hammer's fingerprints. The remains of the employee's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone in one of the plates minus the steak. Okay. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? It makes it a lot easier to go up hills. Don't people cycle to get exercise? Well, let's go to the dressing room and see who's in here. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What do you mean? Hold on. Okay, now explain to me what you mean. What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! The hell are you talking about? What you talking about, Phyllis? Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer? Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true, then. The rumor? Yeah. Ms. Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then? What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. That's suspicious. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How could they do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called here. Here, take a look at this. And this is? A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can't tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. So, someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Ms. Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer? And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Ms. Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Alright. Thank you. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? 5 years ago. I want to ask you about 5 years ago. Okay, that got a rise out of her. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols. Nichols? Nichols. Nick. Penny Nichols. The assistant we talked to you. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole the Powers' costume? I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole the Powers' costume. Here's my proof. What? What little empty ball is supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers? Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes. This is the last plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on that plate. And now she's breaking down. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag? You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the Mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a moment. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph? Wait a second. This is the picture. This is the trailer in Studio 2. Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs, there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence. Oh. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. 5-year-old photo added to the court records. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Oldbag. Old... She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway. Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer? The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. You came. Well then, what was it you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now? Well... That's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But, you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose? That's what I mean. Well, where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Yeah, we have 2 accounts that say it was an accident, and then there's you. Oh, well, she was a big fan of hammers, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now. What? This is valuable, boys. Oh. Hi. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? Trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it all? I'm sure you have plenty of time to think about where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! I made a mistake. Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez. You're coming down to the precinct with me, now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow, then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you, sure. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I should have come to you first. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe? Thank you. Thank you. I was really scared. Huh. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Well, that was short. Okay. Really not entirely sure what to do with my life now. Alright, well, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. So apparently we're going to be seeing Ms. Vasquez in court. And we're going to see what she did and why she did it. But, yeah. That was a bit shorter than I was expecting. Usually these are about 45 minutes to an hour. So, I'm definitely happier to see a shorter episode. And I'm sure you guys are happier to see a shorter episode of this. But, for right now, I think I am just going to leave it here. And we'll do the court stuff in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, check out my Patreon description below as well, because it helps me make content like this. And if you guys are enjoying the content, then you should consider checking that out. And maybe consider supporting me. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it helps me out. So I would definitely appreciate it if you did that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace! Oh, that's how I fight it. I don't think I can hit it with an egg, so... Oh, he's pissed.